Should be recording. Thanks for listening to this episode of Twos and Face Wrestling Podcast. First of all, we have someone on the line joining us from the hospital room. I did not force him to be here. Chris literally cannot say no to anything. Nothing in the world he could say no to. Obviously he wanted to join because we have some pretty important, fun, special guests on today's podcast. But Chris, can you give us an update from the hospital room and congrats on being a father to a second child?
Thank you. Yeah, I am at the hospital. It was like any pregnancy, right? It's unexpected. You actually have a due date, but she came a day early, which is not so bad.
Right.
We were ready, and we made it here on time. Went through the procedure, and we've been truly blessed. Like I was telling you earlier before we started recording, like she's been really good. It makes me kind of feel a little worried that I feel too comfortable thinking that I'm actually going to get some sleep. So, hopefully things carry on. And Itzel, my other daughter, she's super excited to meet her little sibling, as COVID-19 is around and there's no guests, no visitors.
Right.
So once we entered the hospital, there was no leaving.
Okay.
And it's been pretty good, man. Like I honestly cannot complain. And I just couldn't say no. I couldn't say no to joining you. At least I said, let me just join you guys for the intro portion, and I'll let you guys carry on, with the rest.
Wait, I cannot believe. Wait, we 100% would have rescheduled this. Why are you here?
No. So,
congratulations.
Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't realize that you were at the hospital.
Right? Like, I had no idea.
That's what I said. Like, Chris can't say no. Like, in a good way. Like, he can't say no to the things that bring or inconvenience others or bring people joy. That's just the way he is. So, I literally was like,
this brings me joy, right? So I just couldn't say no.
I was just like, yo, I'll talk to him separately. Just let me do it separately. You're like, no, I'm gonna join. I was like,
send me the link. If I could join, I'll join. I won't force it. And she's taking a nap right now. Actually, she's about to start eating. So we're all good.
Oh, that's adorable. Congratulations again, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. So you hear our guests.
Right.
Yep.
And those voices sound familiar, smiley, and with a lot of fuerza behind it.
I like that.
So our special guests today are Smiley Kylie Rae and Isaias Velasquez.
Yes. Hello.
What's up,
Thank you
guys?
for having us on again.
We kind of ruined the intro with us like just bursting in and just telling you congratulations.
I know.
It's all good, man.
Baby.
no, that's fine. I think it made it more authentic and cool. Cheers to that. Cheers to you, Chris, and cheers to added responsibilities on my plate. Do I have to learn how to edit now? I hope not. Cheers.
We'll figure it out.
Cool. Yeah. Isaias, Kylie, thank you for being on. Thank you for being yourselves. The main reason we want to have you on really briefly today is things are hopefully starting to return back to normal, but also Kylie was a winner of our parody bracket, the buffet bracket sponsored by Forza Athletes, the best gear makers in all of the land. So Kylie, you've been voted.
Yeah.
You've been voted best wrestler out of that bracket with the best wrestling gear. And I'm going to put you on the spot really quick and ask for a quote from our champion.
Oh, wait, no, not a quote. I'm sorry, I don't know about a quote, but I just think that's insane. Did you see the names that were on the list? Like that entire bracket. It was just like Rey Mysterio was on it. And he comes with the best gear every WrestleMania for the past, I don't even know how many years. But to be the winner of that, I don't know. It's honestly unbelievable because I just don't. I think it was fixed. I believe somebody fixed it because there's no way I could have won that. Like, look at Macho Man was on the list too.
Macho
Nothing
Man.
against her at all whatsoever, and my gear making skills. But as soon as I saw her go against Macho Man, I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, right. Like, what happened?
I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to ask the fans when hopefully things get back to a show. But it was not rigged. It was all 100% fan vote, and the chips fell where they may. So clap it up for you.
Oh,
Congrats
well,
to
that's
that.
awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It's not only a moral victory. Chris and I are going to get you guys a gift card to Beggar's Pizza.
What?
What? How'd you know we love beggars?
Well, I think we follow you guys.
Oh,
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we don't have it in hand yet because I called them and unfortunately they can't send any. You got to go in store. So we'll go in store eventually, but at least we're promising you that because wrestling is a buffet, and that's what we believe here. Twos on the face.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, what would you have done if Macho Man won?
I don't know. Probably just.
I'm just curious.
I don't know where. Maybe held a ceremony. Maybe reached out to Lanny and just got ghosted.
A memorial.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst case scenario, we would just open a Modelo and ate a Slim Jim.
Oh, great. I love it.
That's right. Just order a pizza. Just elbow drop it really quick.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I know. I love Macho Man so much.
And speaking of, so when we did figure out. Wait, I'm trying to think. Was that the finals? That was the finals, wasn't it? I can't remember. But here, I got a question for Isaias regarding Macho Man and Kylie. If we were to transport into an alternate universe, and Kylie Rae did wrestle the Macho Man Randy Savage, and you're the booker of this promotion, how would you book that match?
Oh. Well, yeah, it would be main event for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, pre-show match. No, just wait. 3 main events. Are you like saying like who I would have win?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Give me.
Oh, you know.
Macho Man.
No, I was gonna say that. Like, Macho Man.
I would just not kick out. I'd let him win.
Yeah. Well,
I'd
there's
vouch
that.
for him winning. I'd be like, hey, you're gonna have a tough time in a few years.
So my decision doesn't matter.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I wouldn't. I would listen to him because I'm not difficult. Because I'm easy to work with. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
So I think
what's the next
the better question would be between those two, what gear would you put on each of them?
Oh.
What? What was this question?
What year or what'd you say?
What gear
would
What
they
gear?
wear? Yeah.
Oh. Trying to think of. I was a big fan of when Macho Man had the cape.
Oh, so great.
Mm.
It was just basically he was just like he had the cape where it attached to his wrists, and he would just do his pose, and it was just like it would look amazing.
Yeah,
He
it
would
was
say,
like wings.
it was like sequins and all sorts of stuff. I forget what color it was. I think it might have been blue. I could be wrong, but I just remember that as a kid, like watching it as a kid. And I thought that was amazing, and of course, it made him look larger than life.
Yeah.
And then for Kylie, my favorite gear that she has, honestly, would probably be the red and black, the plaid that she has.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh yeah, it's new. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I only wore it at Impact for one match, but I'm gonna once like freelance comes back and whatnot, I'll be wearing it more.
Yeah.
Cause Isaias he busted out a quick 4 sets in a row, and I haven't been able to wear any of them at freelance yet, so I'm pretty excited.
I mean, and that goes into, I know we're eventually going to talk about it, but I told her, hey, you're going to be on TV. You're going to have new stuff all the time, whether you like it or not.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome.
You're looking out. And that's good. And yeah, speaking of, let's segue into that. You kind of set it up. So I'm going to hit the softball that you just threw to me. We have seen some of your gear recently on TV. I think some of your stuff has been on TV before in some capacity, but this is one that kind of comes to mind a little bit. But Ego was wearing some new tights, right, on AEW Dark. Can you tell us how those came about?
He just messaged me out of nowhere, and I know he's doing a podcast with Matt Nix on his, and they're going to talk how he came about being at AEW and doing all of that stuff. So I don't want to say too much about it.
Okay.
But I know one day he just hit me up out of nowhere. He said, "Hey man, I'm gonna be on TV. I fly out this day. Can you make me a pair of tights?" And I said, "Yeah, cool." And then he said, "I would love to have you recreate Jerry Lynn's old ECW tights." And
Okay.
I've had people ask me to recreate gear before, and I'm always wary about it because I don't want to disrespect anyone. And I had asked him, "Hey, did you get permission?" He said, "Yep." And he said, "Go for it." So
Cool.
I made it for him, and it kind of switched it up a little bit, put his name on it instead of Jerry Lynn's. And then the next time he was at TV, he took a picture with Jerry Lynn and sent it to me. And Jerry Lynn gave the okay. He said it looks amazing. So that was really cool.
Oh, so awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's
Another cool Jerry Lynn story in the books.
Right?
I mean, there's a reason why he's the
Add it
nicest
to the
guy.
list.
He's the nicest guy in professional wrestling. That's what
Right.
everyone says.
I believe it. I've literally only heard, Chris and I have only heard great things, knowing some people from AEW and like, yeah, exactly. So that's really cool. And Isaias, I know that you took a risk before all this happened, right? And went on your own.
Yeah.
How has been obviously the quarantine throws a wrench into that and stuff. How have you kind of adapted and improvised kind of along the way, just with everything that's been going on with your career?
So quarantine definitely threw a wrench in because, as you guys know, I'm one of the trainers at the Freelance Wrestling Academy. So that stopped right away. And then I remember talking to Kylie about it and saying, I wonder how this is going to affect gear making. It didn't affect it at all whatsoever. If anything, I got more busy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which is really
That's cool.
So I can't complain at all whatsoever. It's going great. And yeah, I think it's actually over a year now that I decided to gamble on myself, and I've been happy ever since. My mental health has been great.
Yeah, and honestly, if you think about it, if you would have stayed at the same job, the quarantine would have, you would have lost your job.
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly.
There would have been nowhere to train.
Yep. So kind of a blessing. I mean, it's funny how I always say that things happen for a reason. So I feel like everything fell into place and happened for the best. So I can't complain.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great to hear. I mean, I don't know if it was just because wrestlers have other jobs and then they had money saved up and we're like, well, why not invest it in some gear? And because things are going to return back to normal. I don't know if that was it, but that's really cool to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say real quick that Isaias, last time you were on your episode, we had emails coming in, people being emotional about you sharing your story. So I do want to call that out and thank you for sharing your story and letting our fan base know, your process of leaving your job, risking it all. And really just following your heart and your passion, and obviously, allowing us to kind of appreciate that, not just seeing you in the ring, but training younger talent. And now, knowing Forza athletes, being able to see some, kick-ass gear.
Oh, thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I honestly, I'm not just saying this either. I feel like that's probably the most personal I probably had ever gotten on a podcast ever with you guys. I mean, I just felt comfortable. So, thank you guys for that. That's awesome that you guys got a bunch of emails and, saying stuff like that. And, I have to give props to this woman that's sitting right next to me too, for kind of supporting me and egging me on to just follow my heart and just do what I think is best, because it turned out for the best. And that's awesome.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to use this chance to hop off. Thank you guys for joining us. But before I leave, I do want to ask you
it's still going on. I'm still going to be here.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, move on. I will be hopping
We're going to hop off too.
Right.
No. But I wanted to ask Isaias before I left. Have you ever done lucha masks?
I have. And I feel like that's a whole different art form in itself. I made them before a lot, and I still can make them. I honestly prefer not to. because they can be a little tedious and a little bit. They're very tedious, I will say. And
Okay.
I know I follow a lot of mask makers on Instagram and just YouTube that show how they make masks and stuff, and they put a lot of work. And those gear makers, they just make masks, and that just goes to show you like how much time it goes into making a mask for sure. And I mean, the masks are amazing. Like how we were talking about earlier, like Rey Mysterio, he always has some really cool masks, and there's plenty. But I can, but probably choose not to.
Understandable. All right, guys. Well, Charlie, I leave it up to you. You guys enjoy the rest of your time together. And again, thanks, Kylie and Isaias, for joining us. But
Enjoy
I
your
leave you
daughter.
off with Charlie now.
Yeah, right. Yes. Enjoy your time with your family. Thank you for having Son.
All right. Bye-bye.
I love you. Yes, I just told Chris I love him. Okay, moving on.
That's okay.
I was also good.
Yeah. I was like, that's a cool friendship.
Right. I feel that.
Cool. All right, let's switch gears. The quarantine. Let's get into food really quickly. Okay. The favorite. You can give me a dessert and just like a food outside of dessert realm. So give me your favorite new food and new dessert that you've had during the quarantine that you didn't have before.
Recently I've discovered, have you ever heard of Sweet Mandy B's?
I have not.
Okay, it's like a dessert place it's on the north side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's over on the north side.
Okay.
And they have 2 locations, one in Streeterville and then one in Lincoln Park.
I think it's in the park.
They have these Rice Krispie treats in abundance. Like I'm just talking about globs of like buttercream on top of it, and it's so good. Like it's hands down the best Rice Krispie treat I've ever had. I know Rice Krispie treats, they don't sound like they're much, but I'm telling you, this Rice Krispie treat, Isaias, is it not?
Yeah.
It's delicious.
She's a Rice Krispie treat connoisseur at this point.
I really am. I've tried them all. I love Rice Krispie treats. And then a new food that I've tried. What? Can you help me?
Oh man, would it be the?
Jalapeno poppers.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I've never tried them before, and they're so good.
You've never had jalapeno poppers before?
I've never once had them. Yeah, and
Wow.
we've been getting them a lot lately. They're very good.
Okay. Are you getting the cream cheese ones or the cheddar cheese ones?
No, this one. Oh, was it the cream cheese?
Yeah.
We've had both,
Okay.
but I think it's the cream cheese ones that are really good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think Rice Krispie treats are hit or miss with a lot of people. Like you'll find people who like them, and then you find people who never go to them in the dessert line.
They're underrated for sure.
I mean, I think you put buttercream on anything, but it sounds really good. It sounds really good. So I'm gonna have to check that out.
And it's beautiful, like the way that it's just aesthetically pleasing. I'm telling you, like
the presentation value.
Yep.
Yeah, it matters.
So these poppers, are you getting them from Beggars or are you getting them from other places?
We've gotten them from both Beggars and this place called Just a Pizza. It's on Archer?
It's an Archer, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Archer, and
the closest would probably be like Archer and Pulaski.
Okay. Yeah, I used to live in Little Italy, so
okay.
a little familiar with that area, but interesting. Beggars, what is your go-to order at Beggars?
You want to take charge of this one?
Yes. Okay. So we used to do a medium pepperoni pizza, but we've tried to, watch ourselves with our cheat meals. We're getting a little out of hand lately.
It was getting very out of hand.
So we've switched to a small pepperoni pizza cut into squares.
I always have to.
I'm super
make
picky.
that request.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a foodie. I'm very.
I hear you. That's a whole argument how you cut
right?
it.
Like,
I get it.
I've been trying to be like a more laid back, and it's a process. But so we get a small pepperoni pizza cut into squares, and then we'll get mozzarella sticks or jalapeno poppers.
Or both.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And then we'll get some type of dessert, usually Jewel cookies
Or we go to some.
Ooh,
7-Eleven has good desserts too. Jewel
Really?
never fails.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
that's
favorite
true.
dessert, my favorite donuts ever are the donuts that you get at 7-Eleven. No
Yeah.
lie.
really?
Yeah.
They're really good.
Wow,
Long
that
dip
is
and the Boston creams.
an absolute wild card. I cannot believe that 7-Eleven donuts
Wild
are being
card.
mentioned. That's
Don't
crazy.
sleep on it. I'm telling you.
Ryan, man, trust me.
Great. Yeah, I know the beggars love exists, so I had to get that question in there. But I mean the self-control that you guys show to order a small pizza. I haven't ordered a small pizza since I was like 8 years old. So I don't know how you guys. I don't know how. It's probably why you guys are in such good shape. So props to you for your self-control in that sense.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. I hope I didn't jinx it. So
Yeah, right.
what do you?
We'll see at the next show.
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna eat? What did you guys eat dinner already? What's on the? What do you guys eat while you watch wrestling? And you're watching Impact tonight.
Yeah. Well, during the week we're very strict.
Okay.
So for the most part strict, especially if there's a show coming up. So I don't know. I got ground beef, like the 96% lean ground beef,
Okay.
with vegetables. What do you have?
And then for me, I have chicken breast that is breaded in almond flour. That's a very carb-sensitive recipe. And then I think that's pretty much it. I'm probably going to eat like about 7 ounces of that.
Yeah, we like weigh out our meals and everything.
Yeah, balance. Absolutely key in everything in life. That's really cool to hear. It's cool to hear that you guys are, see that you guys are training again, right? That started up a little bit.
Yes. It was kind of driving us crazy.
Yeah, we went from a very active physical lifestyle to basically, all right, now sit on the couch and just watch whatever we can find on Netflix or Sling TV, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, no, that's really cool to see. And the new place looks fantastic behind like the new Freelance Academy. It looks outstanding. I'm sure it's like a whole, does it feel now like, I don't know what's the word you describe it, like more official, or does it feel like just cooler when you're in there training now instead of how it was before?
Oh, absolutely. I know,
like cleaner.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah.
I know what you mean by like official. It makes us feel more established, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good word.
That's a better word. Especially when you walk in, they fix it up for us very nicely. Just because I don't know if there's a before picture of how it looked before, but it was literally just looked like a warehouse. And
it was like tight in there too. I remember where the ring was cramped.
Very grungy and all sorts of stuff. And then for them to, put like the fake brick on the walls and paint it and put new lighting and then put all of our logos up on top, as well as like the pro wrestling tees and the other logos they have, like that just makes it look really professional.
Yeah, because for the most part, wrestling schools they're pretty much the furthest thing from professional looking as far as like representation wise. They're usually like, in like a mall somewhere or like the back of a warehouse. Yeah.
It's like, here's a rectangle of empty space. Here's a ring. All right, go train. And that's pretty much it.
No air or conditioning. No air conditioning or heat. And
or a bathroom.
Yeah, or a bathroom. So, you take what you can get.
Yeah.
You guys are putting the professional back in professional wrestling, or at least freelance is, and that's not surprising. That's great. Okay, really quick, it's 6:29. Let's get you warmed up for Impact, although you probably already are. Kylie, do you think that it's possible to keep Susie on the good side, or do you think she'll be tempted by evil?
What do you mean tempted by evil?
Haven't you been trying to, forgive me if I'm wrong, but haven't you been trying to keep her away from the bad
she
things?
said she wanted to turn bad, but I don't know. I feel like she's gotten a lot more done as far as success level when it comes to wrestling.
Okay.
When she's good. So why would she, run the risk of being bad again and then just spiraling out of control and running down that rabbit hole. We need Susie to stay good.
I agree. And you guys gotta, there's a lot of people in an upcoming gauntlets match, correct? On Slammiversary.
Correct.
And how does one prepare? How does one prepare for a gauntlet match? Like, do you have a strategy for that, or is it just go in there and do your thing?
No, I'm just trying everything. Like, I'm grasping every which way right now. I'm trying to do endurance. I'm trying to work on strength. I'm trying to work on power. I'm trying to work on new stuff. I'm trying to work on my old stuff. Like,
okay.
It's just anything is fair game right now at this point, especially the fact that, like, we've been out of the ring for so long. I'm just trying to, like, get back in the swing of things. And honestly, it hasn't taken as long as I thought it was going to. Like, it felt like it was riding a bike. And
cool.
I mean, conditioning obviously is going to take some time. But other than that, you'd be surprised. But it's been fun. So I've just been going with the flow.
Yeah, that sounds normal. That sounds like you.
Right.
So everyone right now is talking about like how strong the knockouts division or the Impact Women's division, whatever you want to call them, like is right now at this moment, and how many additions have been coming and things like that. Like, if you were to use one word to describe the Impact Women's division, what word would you use?
I'd say depth.
Okay.
Like, there's extreme depth with our roster.
Yeah.
I was just surprised. It just seemed like signings kept coming one after another, and it was just so many talented people who were already established. Like, it's not people who, like, we have to build up. Like, these are people who are already strong competitors and are going to bring a completely different side to the entire division. So it's exciting to see, because I just want to work with every single one of them. I feel like on any given night, any one of us can have the match of the night. Like, that just goes to show how talented these women are.
Yeah. Isaias, what's your take on the Impact Women's division and just how Kylie has been, like, evolving in Impact since she started there?
I think it's amazing. I think we were having this conversation the other day too, and I was telling her the exact same thing, that, looking at everything, and this is not to discredit any place at all whatsoever, but I feel like they have a really, really strong division there at Impact. And it's good. It's exactly what she said. There's so much variety and there's so much depth that it just doesn't seem like nobody overlaps anyone else. Everyone has their thing and everybody sticks to their thing, and it works, and it's very good. Especially now paying more attention to it, it's good to see, and everyone is very, very talented. And then just seeing Kylie go, and do the tapings and stuff, she's always with a big smile on her face and has an idea, like a mind full of ideas. And that's awesome to see, because that's when you get the best matches, is when you see somebody, you see the wheels turning in their head and they want to do this and they want to do that, for the betterment of not just her own match, but for the betterment of the entire company, to make the show look good.
Yeah, that's awesome. It feels like there's just a ton of momentum behind it right now. And it's funny, I use the word evolve, which is a Pokemon word. I didn't even realize that, and now I do. So yeah, it seems like you're evolving, Kylie, which is cool to see. And just like, growing more and more. Do you think there's any, although I know you're, we've asked you before on the podcast, like, goals. I know what your answer is. I respect the hell out of your answer. I think it's a great answer. It's hard not to focus on the future. There was a tweet that was sent out a little bit recently about Ethan Page, I guess, championing you as the Impact World Champion. Is that something that sounds tantalizing to you?
Yeah, how wild. No, I saw that because I don't think I was tagged in it. Like, I just happened to be scrolling on my feed, and I like did a double take. Because I was like, oh wow, like it's just cool. You know, we as wrestlers and performers, we get a little sense of accomplishment and, you know, pride whenever we earn the respect of fans. But when we earn the respect of our peers and like other wrestlers, and especially people who like we look up to, it's just there's not many words to describe that feeling, because it's, you know, it's another reason why we do it. And it's humbling and it's cool. And I was but whatever. That's not what you were talking about. The point is, yes, I could. I mean, one day, right? I mean, never say never.
No, I agree. I could see it too. I mean, I think like the gender barrier has been broken for that specific title, and it's no longer, and across the world, it's no longer like uncommon. I think in certain situations for the woman to be the top dog.
Yeah, I think it'd be an extremely difficult uphill battle, but I think it's doable.
Yeah, I know, it's cool to think about. And it's really, it's obviously, it was cool to see, someone else who an idea come across, and then someone else say like, yeah, absolutely, and someone who's respected.
It's okay.
And someone who's held the tag team titles for so long as Ethan Page has. Obviously, you know, he's got
they're doing so well there too.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like every time I see something mentioned recently, it's about Impact, like they're involved. So it's really cool to see. But now it's time for you guys to go watch your show. Those are all the questions that I've run out of, that I'm out right now. And I think I kept you for 7 minutes longer than I said I would. So I apologize for that. But before...
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
No need to apologize at all. It was fun.
Yep.
Yeah, no, thank you for being on. I'm going to give you guys the floor, though, if you want to. I know this is tedious, and I know this is like the most tedious part of a podcast. But if you guys want to say, you don't even have to plug anything you don't want to, but if you just want to say anything, or I'll give you the floor if you want to say anything before we go.
I don't know what to say.
Our social media, right? That would probably be a start. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. The handle is @I am Kylie Rae. And then we have Slammiversary coming up live on pay-per-view July 18th. And then there's also a Glory Pro show, right? Coming up in August. August we got Glory Pro and Black Label. So those would be 2 shows to come check out this summer. But and then your social media? What?
She has her pro wrestling tee store, by the way.
Oh yeah, that is too. Sorry, I'm really bad at that. I'm sorry.
And then my extremely difficult Twitter handle and Instagram handle @DAZEZHAVOO. I know I get a lot of crap for it, but it's one of those things I don't want to change. I want to keep the integrity. And plus, somebody else has Isaias Velasquez, and I'm trying to get that, but it's not going to happen. But yeah, that, and then, you know, if you're ever interested in professional wrestling, Freelance Wrestling Academy.
Absolutely.
Just hit up freelancewrestling@gmail.com and just put Freelance Wrestling Academy in the subject and ask away, and somebody will get back to you in a matter of days. But yeah.
All right. Hey, Isaias, can you teach me? I'll pay you a one-time fee. Can you teach me how to just run the ropes really quick one day?
Honestly, yeah.
That has like been my goal. And I'm not a wrestler. I'll never be a wrestler. But that has been my goal. Is just like running. I don't know. I've always been fascinated by how people run the ropes so effectively. That's a weird thing. So if we're ever in the same room, I might, and I got some cash on me, I might hit you up on that.
Don't worry about the cash. Don't even. I don't even know why you even are offering. I appreciate the gesture, but no, I will just gladly teach you how to run the ropes.
Great, thanks. And it took Kylie like 5 years to finally get a pro wrestling tee store. It might take her another 2 to start promoting it, but we'll get there eventually.
I know it's a slow process. I'm sorry.
We got it. We had it covered.
You did.
I need
That's
a lot
why-
of help, everyone.
You guys are there for each other and you're helping each other out. It's really cool to see. And I'm glad we got to have both of you on at once. Because we see you guys together all the time and we support both of you and it's really cool. So I really enjoyed our conversation and yeah, thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you very
Awesome.
much. And that's very nice, nice set of words there. Appreciate it.
Right? Thank you for having us on. It's been a blast.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Oh, thanks.
All right, bye.